Hi, team. It's Melina. I'm 8 minutes late. You want to know what I was doing? Hey, if you're catching the replay, put replay in the comments. Um, I was doing a run through of the Pink Sapphire workshop or the Sapphire workshop that I'm going to be doing at Reunion. You guys, quick plug, if you're coming to Reunion, you should totally come and check out the workshop that I'm doing with Katie Luthringer. Okay, this is exciting, y'all. She's one of the top sellers in the company. So you rub elbows with her. She's a good person to know. I've really enjoyed working with her. But yeah, we were doing a run through. So we're actually, this is kind of crazy. We're doing a run through for Tom. Hi, Jennifer. We're doing a run through for Tom on Wednesday of our workshop. So we were just trying to get all our ducks in a row. Our slides look beautiful. And we just wanted to practice. And we're in good shape, so I feel good. So, hey, Jennifer Bridges. Oh my goodness. How are you? Hey, Sarah. So I'm excited for this. So I actually, before I did the run through with my workshop partner, Katie, Jason and I took Ava for a walk and I read him my notes and he goes, something's changed. And I was like, what? He goes, that is awesome. Like, he loved all my notes. So I'm excited. This is really brief. I have a few things that I'm going to say that aren't not on this paper. But I'm just going to keep it really I'm just going to dive right in. Let me pull this up on my phone though, because I want to make sure that I don't miss any comments. Okay. I have you guys all up. Let me put this right here. So tonight we're going to talk about gearing up for the next incentive period. So before I say all the words, here's what I don't know. I don't know, hey Brenda, how many points we're going to need to earn the trip. I don't know how we're going to earn those points. I don't know the ins and outs because that hasn't been announced yet. What I do know that you guys don't know is where the trip is. And I don't say that to brag. It's just really funny because I usually suck at keeping secrets. Like, I will have to say, like, don't tickle me, don't bribe me, because I suck at keeping secrets. But I've been able to keep this one since I was in Aruba. So I might as well just keep it a little bit longer. So those of us who are in person at Reunion or watching virtually will find out where the next trip is in about a month-ish. So here's what I want to share with you so we can gear up for the incentive period. You might think, okay, points start on August 1st, because that's usually how it works. But I'm here to tell you, you got to start now. Let me take a sip of my water. That was more than a sip. But you want to build momentum now. So I want you guys all to look at your calendar. If you have it handy, if you don't, look at it after this training. Like, how does your July look? Why is my hair sticking up? That's not part of the training. Okay. How does your July look? Are you happy with the number of parties or events you have? If you're not, now is the time to do something about that. So your July parties should, I have to say should, I can't guarantee they will, but they should introduce you to new hosts and possible team members for August, September, October, and so on. The parties you do in July, those seeds you plant in July, you will start to see over the fall selling season. To earn an incentive trip, you will, I'm going to lean in for this. You will, I did decide now is the time to start keeping secrets. To earn an incentive trip, you will sell more than you've ever sold. You will hold more parties than you've ever held. You will sponsor more team members than you have ever sponsored. And most importantly, you will work harder than you have ever worked in your business. And that I don't say that to discourage anyone. I don't say that to make it not sound fun. We'll talk about why it's awesome and why you want to earn the trip in just a bit. So here are some things that you need to gear up for right now. Like, right now is the time Like, have you ever heard anyone say, we got to get our house in order? Like, get yourself in order. Now's the time to get yourself in order. So do you have a really fun and solid home party presentation? Are you confident you can go out and do home parties this fall selling season? Do you have a really fun, engaging Facebook party formula? Are you good there? Are you confident you can go hold Facebook parties? Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and do some vendor events, to meet some new people? Do you know how to set up a professional display? Do you know how to talk to people at events? Is your product knowledge like second to none? Do you know these products in and out like the back of your hand? And I'm not saying you got to know all the sciencey stuff, because I don't claim to know all the sciencey stuff. I have to look things up. But if someone says, hey, I really like fruity scents, can you, because you know the scent names, can you make a recommendation? Are you familiar with what's currently in the catalog? Because if you're good with what's currently in the catalog, then you can very easily get good with what's in the next one. Do you have confidence to share the opportunity? Yes, it's in another country. It's always in another country. If you yourself right now are not confident in sharing the opportunity, that's a whole nother training. There's a whole lot of different reasons. But what I'll say is practice, and then lean on someone who is confident in sharing the opportunity. Hey, I'm pretty darn confident in sharing the opportunity. I can share my pink zebra journey and story and the perks of this business backwards and forwards with my eyes closed. So if you are not confident that you can share the opportunity, if you're newer and not sure you can answer all those questions, if you don't want to do it alone, that's okay. Get someone to help you. We will do more opportunity events, like as long as you guys bring me people to share with. I don't mind doing that for you. I don't mind being the one to share the opportunity. Use me. I'm totally good with that. But I also encourage you to become confident in sharing the business opportunity. And sometimes the way you get confident is by sponsoring someone before you're ready. And then they ask you questions, and then you got to go find the answers. Okay, so now is the time to hone your skills, sharpen your tools, and get yourself in order. Get your house in order. Like, we don't wait till August 1st to say, all right, we're in trip mode. We take the next 30-ish days and we get ourselves in order. We book up our calendar. Last week we talked about gearing up for the new catalog. So go back and watch that video if you haven't watched it yet, because some of the things you'll do in that video or from that video will help you with what I'm sharing in this video. So like I said, earning the trip is not easy. It's not easy, you guys. But like, if I've done it, anybody can do it. And I wholeheartedly believe that. It's just going to take you stepping outside your comfort zone, committing to more activity than what maybe you've done in the past. You have to have an attitude of that I'm earning this trip no matter what. No matter what. And that is how I started to just adopt that mentality. No matter what. I was earning that Panama trip no matter what. I was earning that Dominican Republic trip no matter what. I was earning that Ireland trip no matter what. I was earning that trip I didn't get to take to the British Virgin Islands no matter what. And by golly, y'all, I was earning that Aruba trip no matter what. And I will earn the next trip no matter what. So in addition to all the things that I just talked about, you've got to have that mentality, that attitude. You have to make it a goal, make it a priority, and you have to tell yourself, like, I'm doing this. You can't, like, this is one of those, this is not a punch a clock job. You all know that. This is not a punch a clock job. So if you say, hey, today I'm going to do some customer follow-up, and then today comes and goes and you didn't do any, you didn't hurt my heart. You didn't hurt my feelings. You didn't hurt my business, but you hurt your own. And so it's going to take discipline. It's going to take some persistence. It's going to take a lot of stepping outside your comfort zone, but it is so incredibly worth it. So incredibly worth it. I would not be where I am today if I did not make that trip, like earning those trips, like a really important part of my business. The trip and Pink Sapphire, like that is truly how I have reached the level that I've reached. So if you want to move up, if you want a bigger team, if you want to grow your income, like keep your eyes on the prizes for sure. So I will let you guys ask questions, not about where the trip is though. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I just wanted to share a couple little fun memories from past trips. Obviously, I have no memories from 2020 because my incentive trip was the couch. So that wasn't fun. I surfed the couch instead of rode on a yacht. But my first trip, okay, before I say this, you guys, the first trip I earned was not the first trip I tried to earn. I tried to earn 3 others beforehand or before that, and I didn't earn it. My first trip that I earned was Panama in 2017. That feels like a million years ago. And a memory that I'll always have forever. And honestly, it's one of my favorite trips because we visited an indigenous tribe in Panama. We went from like the city to the jungle in boats. They hollowed out a tree trunk and rode us down a river. I'll have to share pictures for you guys. But yeah, that's like one of the coolest things that I've ever done. And we got to visit with this tribe. They fed us. We got to shop. I've got souvenirs from there, just really fun things that I bought that they made. And you're just going to get experiences that you wouldn't get otherwise. Now, if you don't like to travel, if the idea of getting out of the country doesn't excite you at all, if you could take it or leave it, I would encourage you to earn it anyways, because even if you don't want to go on a trip, that's still moving you forward in your business. And so while maybe you're not excited about the next destination, something that you could get in lieu of it could be your next promotion. So that's pretty cool. So the last thing that I'll leave you with, I don't see any questions coming through. And that's okay, because I'm trying to keep this, about the 15-minute mark. But the last thing I'll say is that we don't know at this moment how we'll earn the points. We don't know how many points we need to go. We don't know any of the details. So I'm going to tell you based on last year. Last year for Aruba, we earned 1 point for every $1 of sales volume we had. You can absolutely, if you want to work really, really, really hard, you can earn the trip solely on sales. It's doable. People do it every year. I would encourage you to not do that though, because you can get a little more bang for your buck based on last year's qualifications by building your team and helping them hit their first quick start. So last year we got 500 points for every new personal team member that we sponsored that hit their first quick start. And so, you could add 5 who hit their quick start, and that's 2,500 points. You could have 10 who all hit their quick start and hit 5,000, get 5,000 points. So in the past, there has been no cap, no limit on that. So that's what I know about last year's points. There weren't really a lot of opportunities for bonus points. In the past, there were. My first 2 years, the bonus points were very generous. And that was really exciting because the first year I earned the trip 2 days before the point period ended. And the second trip I earned about almost 2 months before the period ended. So that was exciting. What a really cool confidence booster to get it done early. But the last 3 trips, we have not had the same bonus point opportunity. So just keep that in mind. We don't know what to expect. The last thing that I want to say, and then Michelle, I will answer your question. It doesn't matter what level you're at. So consultants have earned this trip. Executive consultants have earned this trip. Managers have earned this trip. Senior managers, executive managers, directors, all levels have earned this trip. So it does not matter what your title is today. That doesn't determine whether or not you get to earn a trip. You're the only person that gets to determine whether or not you earn the trip. And so, like I said, I'll leave you with kind of how I started. If this is something that you want to go for, number one, I would love to have a team member on the trip with me. I've never had a team member on the trip with me. So that would be really, really cool. Jason and I are pretty fun to hang out with, I think. So no pressure, but I'd love to hang out with somebody on a trip. Number two, how does your July look? So we're 2 days out from the last day of the Pink Zebra year. Jennifer, I hope you will go with me. Essentially, Wednesday night is New Year's Eve. Come Thursday morning, everyone goes back. Not only do we go back to zero because it's a new month, we all go back to zero because it's a new year. And so it's all well and good that I earned Pink Sapphire, but I got to start earning it again on Thursday. And so use July as your month to go ahead and build that momentum. So when August 1st comes, you can feel confident knowing, man, my calendar looks good. I feel good about what's on my calendar. I'm going to meet new people. I'm going to book more parties. So August is great. September is going to be great. October is going to be great. Keep it going all the way through February. For anyone out there who's ever had a crappy January, like you weren't happy with how your January sales went, the way that you avoid that is by building a strong momentum now. Because even if you don't have a ton of hosts in January, you can still have decent sales in January because customers are still going to need to order things. They're going to need to reorder. Okay, that's all. I went off on a tangent, but that's important. I feel like it was important. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to say. If you have questions about trips or anything, obviously we can talk more when we know all the details. But if you have something on your mind before we know, feel free to reach out. They do not give you an option to purchase points. The only thing you can do is if you earn the trip for one, we've been able to buy in a guest. So every time I've earned it, I've only ever earned it for one, and I've always paid to take Jason. He asked me to try and earn the next one for two. So I've got to set my sights and my goals a little higher so that I can earn more points than I've ever earned before. No pressure. All I can do is my best, right? I stayed on longer than I wanted to. I hope you guys are well, having a fabulous Monday. If you need anything, I'm around. My office is almost in order. I know I say that all the time. But it really honestly is in so much better shape. And I'm going to show it to you guys this week, even if it's not perfect, because I've held you off long enough. But I went through this weekend and I got rid of some stuff. I was just holding on to things that I didn't need. And I'm regrouping and getting things in order. So I'll have something to show you guys, and you just have to promise not to judge me. I'm done rambling. I love y'all so much, and I'll be back here tomorrow at 5. If you need anything before then, you know where to find me. I am in, Facebook Messenger land. All right, bye y'all.